Hello everyone, this is Robert Radford with 50 Years of Chess. I'm bringing you the last round game in the Bristol League Congress, which I took part in. And I'm playing one Mr. Grant Daly from the Down End Chess Club. Nice guy, Grant. First time I ever played, and just about the first time I ever spoke to each other, I think. Seen him many times at congresses and league games. Very nice gentleman. He's about 63, 64, I think. He's a bit younger than me, but he's always played a decent game of chess. Never been that high in the ratings, but he has managed to almost get up to 1700 in November 24. But when I played him, he was around 1611, so he's dropped down a bit. But a nice guy and someone I was very happy to play. Now, I've got the white pieces in this game, so let's get cracking. E4, C5, knight F3, D6, Sicilian, bishop C4. This is one way of tackling the Sicilian. D4 into the open line. E6, so that blunts the bishop. D4, CD, knight takes D4, knight C6, knight C3, bishop E3, knight F6. So I castled, and now I've fully developed. I can get my queen off the back rank, and my rooks are connected. That's great. Bishop back to B3. Could go knight to G4, and I'd have to move my bishop or risk losing it, which I don't want to do. So and then I'd have to kick the knight away. So it wouldn't be worth him. Maybe could go E5 after. Yeah. So anyway, he played castles. F3, so he's not going to get a chance to go G4 now. Perhaps he should have. Knight G6, Queen D2, Knight H5. I've never seen this in all the years I've played against the Sicilian. In this actual position, Knight H5. I've played it myself, but in a different kind of setup to this. In the match against Mike Brigden, I played Knight H5. There's a video out on that called Knight on the Rim is Great. It's on my 50 Years of Chess, but I've not seen it done in this setup, like a shenanigans setup. So I attacked it, G4, to make him go back, but didn't. Looked like I won a piece, first of all. Bishop takes, knight takes, queen takes, but he would have E5, so he knew what he was doing here. So instead of taking, I brought my knight back to D7 from D4. So he played E5. So then I played knight takes, pawn takes, bishop takes, knight takes, queen takes. But I have a bit of a problem on the black squares around my king, so I've got to be careful. Bishop G5, queen G3, bishop H4, queen G2, queen G5. So he's got a check there on E3. It doesn't go anywhere, but it does allow him to sort of get active. For the pawn, I mean, sorry. So I've gone in knight D5, and he's attacking. Now this is, I decided that when I went in knight D5, should he play knight E6? I can go knight C7 check. He moves his rook, and it can't go to E8, so he'd have to move it somewhere. And then I've got knight takes E6, pawn takes, and bishop takes, pawn check. But there's a problem, and I missed it. Without thinking, without analysing properly, and it is a Sunday and the last round, and players are well known for blundering in the last round after a grueling weekend. I played knight C7, which was okay, but can you see the glaring mistake? Well, Grant did. Queen C5 check. What a stupid thing to do, wasn't it? Just threw a knight away without just thinking about that queen on that rank, on the 5th rank. So anyway, after about 5 minutes, just thinking game's over, I went king H8 and he took the knight. Now basically, I'm I would be favourite to win this game, but now I've given him a piece. It's like playing a handicap match against the weaker player. It's not going to be easy. So bishop takes, pawn takes. Now I'm going to try and trap his bishop if possible, but don't think so because he's got rook f4, which he played. So somehow I've got to try and do something. So I've just developed my last rook across to d1. This is really bad for me. He's got a 4.6 advantage against my white position, so that's one game for him. If you look at the bar on the right, black's position is on the bar is right the way down into my white line. So no, there should be no coming back from this. Weaker player or not, he knows how to win games, so I'm expecting him not to really do anything wrong here. So rook d3, e5, cementing that rook in there. This is tough. This is really tough because there's no counterplay for me. I'm just trying to see if I can develop in some way and get some counterplay. So I went queen h3 and he played queen e7. So he's stopping me from playing d6 check. So I've now played the rook to g1 to protect that pawn from him going queen takes. So could I have played rook d1? But even if I did, he'd probably played the other rook to d8 anyway. So rook g1, bishop takes. I'm not expecting him to do that. I'm hoping that he would go bishop h6 so I can go queen takes h6. But no, he's not going to do that. So I'm not going to wait for him to do that. I played queen to g2 first to see if he'd do it now. But he never. He protected it with his h pawn. That rook on f4 is very, very strong. I can't leave that f pawn. So I've played the two rooks, connected them now to try and get him defending rather than attacking. So he's brought the other rook up, good move, to f6, defending that pawn and bring it into the attack. He's now gone even further ahead on the bar. It's 5.1, so I'm dead and buried in this game. So I played queen h3, still trying to get activity before he comes in and gets me. He played king h7, so he's put his queen, his king completely in a safe square. I won't ever be able to get there. But I am now threatening rook takes bishop. So what's he going to do? Yes, rook h4. Very good. Very good. Rook h4 stops me from playing the move I wanted to play. So I've gone queen g3. It's gone queen f7. So he's still keeping the pressure on this f pawn. And he's got very solid attacking group pieces there. Queen, two rooks, bishop. I can't see how I can get anywhere near him. But I've just noticed something. He has been taking a long time. And he's starting to get low on time. He's got just over about 12 minutes, 15 minutes. And I've got about 25. So I've got to try and make use of that time. So I'm playing a bit quicker now. Rook g2. Oh, that's nasty. He's played rook to g6. So I brought my queen back to f2. And he's just playing so well. But then he blundered with bishop f4. He's overlooked the fact that his rook was hanging on g4. And I'm back in the game, everybody. Here I am, back in the game. I thought I was dead and buried in this game. But now I am better. If you look on the bar, it's jumped up now for white into the black line. And I've got a 1.6 advantage. So he's gone rook takes rook, king takes rook. And he's taken a pawn down on a2. So he's got one pawn for the piece, for the rook. And I've also got the advantage with the rook versus bishop. So I played rook b3 defending the B pawn and attacking his B7 pawn. So he's gone back to defend it with the queen B. The only chance I had in this game was if he blundered back, and he did, but had he not blundered, I'd be dead and buried. But I suppose one good blunder deserves another, as they say. So I brought the queen back to stop him coming in with queen to E2 check. He's gone queen C6. Now I'm going to attack that backward D pawn. Try and get my queen and rook together, attacking that at some point. So he's gone B6, so he stopped me from taking the A pawn should he move anywhere else. So I've attacked it with my rook, and he can't really move it, so he's got to defend it. So he's gone queen D7, and now I've gone back attacking the D pawn again, playing very, very quickly. He's thinking. His clock's down. He's into the last 5 minutes now. And I've still got about 14 minutes. 12 minutes, I think. So he's played his queen from away to E7 now. To get a check in there, maybe. So I'm going back king H1 where it's safe. Now he's playing H5. Looks like he's going to throw a pawn storm at me before this is over. So I've gone rook back to D1, so that if I need to, I can go across to G1 should his queen come into G5. Oh yes, he's throwing the G pawn. I've gone back queen to F1. G4, pawn takes, queen G2, attacking that pawn. He has to defend it now. So his queen is committed to defending that pawn at the moment. As I double up with rook and queen, this pawn is lost unless he pushes it on, and I can't take it, which he does. So I move my pawn up, and there's no more attack. So this is great. He's now got just 2 minutes, something like that. And I've got at least 8 or 9 minutes, so I'm very happy with my position. I'm going to win this on time, I think. It's going to take a long time to win it otherwise, but I've now gone, he went back queen to G5 and queen into F3, so I can bring my king in to G2, and that will free both my pieces. Queen to H4 again, king G2, there you go. So now he's gone king up, he's bringing his king up the board. Rook across, attacking that D1, D6 pawn, and he's gone back to defend it with queen F6. Queen D3, so that pawn's going to drop now, and he's gone king into H5. Yeah, pawn's dropped, so if we swap now, he's going to lose this game. I'm 5.6 up on him, and if you look on the bar on the right, I'm way above that red line, well up into his position. The mistake he made was critical, especially when you're winning a game. But like I've said, when you're winning a game, you must win it. And Grant didn't on this occasion by playing that move. So I'm playing queen C6 so that I can drop the queen down into E8 and get behind his king, which can't go forward. So this is going to be interesting. What's he going to do? He's got seconds left, less than a minute, seconds left, and he can't think. So he's played bishop into D3. If he had time, that'd be a good move, because if he can get that queen down to F2, I think I'm dead. But there's no time. I checked him and he lost on time. But it wouldn't have happened anyway, because I can simply play rook to D7 and then across to F7, so his queen can never come down to F2. So that was the game with Grant Daly, and I finished with 3.5 points out of 5. I had a good Sunday with winning round 4 and 5, but 3 of those games were 4 of them were about 50 move plus games, so they were tiring. And when I look back, I'm kind of not surprised I dropped that night the way I did, because I hadn't been playing that great, as I've only played one serious game over the board since last season, until this Congress. So I was pretty rusty, but I gradually sharpened up a bit. So anyway, I'm glad to bring these games to you. That's the end of the Congress. We'll be back to some of the older games from tomorrow. Thank you everyone who's subscribing and commenting. I look forward to any comments you have to make. And I'm glad to hear from my friend Andreas, my German friend who I met many years ago when he came to Bristol in the Hanover Exchange, which was it's a tournament where after the war it was decided by Bristol and Hanover that we would send sports teams back and forward to Germany and to England. I've been over there where I met him and others, and then they came to us and he stayed at our home. Nice young man. He's not so young now, but he was a really nice young guy. I hope you're doing well, Andreas, if you see this. See you again. So goodbye everybody, and I'll see you hopefully tomorrow.